Welcome back to the Truth Factory. I think it's about time that we pull the pin and blow open the Seth Rich case. YouTuber George Webb has been uncovering some deep shit, like some really weird stuff. Some of it seems far-fetched, but you know what they say, truth is stranger than fiction, and I definitely think that has been the case as we search for the truth in the Seth Rich murder. He's played his cards down today of who he thinks killed Seth Rich, and I figured the best way to solve a murder mystery is by answering the questions who, what, when, where, why, and how. Like in the game Clue, it was Professor Plum in the library with a candlestick. Well, I've been researching this for a while, and I think today I'm ready to play my cards down as well. So put on your tinfoil hats, kids, because this is gonna be something. First, let's go through my list of suspects connected to this case, and let's see if we can Scooby-Doo the shit out of this. From my research, here are the people that I think were directly involved in the Seth Rich murder, or at least directly knew about it. Hillary Clinton, the loser of the 2016 election and cheater of the DNC primaries. John Podesta, former chairman of that loser, super interested in handkerchiefs with pizza maps. Jennifer Palmieri, Director of Communications for Hillary Clinton, also a proven liar and sociopath. Donna Brazil, political analyst, proven cheater and liar, also didn't like P.I. Wheeler snooping into the case. Robbie Mook, campaign manager for Hillary Clinton and the person who Podesta emailed about making an example out of the leaker. Ex-DNC Police Chief Kathy Lanier retired right after the murder, and she sits on the police board with Heather Podesta, who is married to John Podesta's brother. David Brock, ties to Clinton and owner of large media companies. James Alefantis, David Brock's ex-lover, center of the Pizzagate scandal, and GQ happened to name him on the top 50 most influential people in DC from owning a pizza shop. Not weird, right? I'm naming him here because he's directly affected by the information in those leaked emails. Here are some additional suspects that I think may have been involved at some level. The DNC police, the Awan brothers, who were these weird IT bros from Pakistan. They were hired by DWS to hack into everybody's BlackBerry in Congress and surveil them. They've also fled back to Pakistan. So convenient. Alpha Jallo, he's an international criminal who had been suspiciously released after his 2015 arrest. He's believed to be an FBI informant, and he was also discovered to be in direct contact with both Hillary Clinton's New York City campaign and the DNC office in Washington, D.C. He was originally in jail for being a high fence and shipper in an international car theft criminal organization. This is who George Webb thinks did it. Anyway, other people of interest in this case are Joe from Lou's Bar. He was the general manager. Andrew, who is Seth's co-worker who worked in data. Brad Bauman, the DNC creepy handler of the family. Huma Abedin, Hillary's suspected lover. Stephen Wasserman, DWS's brother and assistant U.S. attorney for D.C. Not anyone of interest yet, but maybe as the DNC trial continues. Dr. Sava, the apparent doctor who oversaw Seth Rich at the hospital. Him and his wife have been guests at Podesta events, as per the leaked emails, and he has visited the White House 6 times, and his wife has visited 23 times, so I'm guessing they're probably not just doing tours. Muriel Bowser, the mayor of D.C. Joe Capone was also in one of her weird campaign ads, so I'm adding her in here. And there was Kim.com, Julian Assange, James Comey, which I'm going to do a whole separate video on, and I guess the man with the silver gun. Where? These are places of interest. The DNC, Lou's Bar, the White House, this abandoned hospital in D.C. where Seth Rich's Skype pinged to its IP the night that he died. Weird. This hospital was also used as a homeless shelter and has now been speculated it may be used to collect organs. I mean, I guess homeless people go missing in the night, right? The real hospital in Washington, D.C., Omaha, where Seth Rich grew up, the FBI has identified over 2,200 human beings for sale in Omaha. It is like the nation's capital for human trafficking. Probably a kingpin in the underground pedo or organ harvesting ring. I'm not even sure anymore. And then there's Russia. What? Objects of interest, all of which are almost nowhere to be found. the stolen FBI guns, toxicology report, autopsy, bullets pulled out of Seth Rich, surveillance camera, body cameras, Seth Rich's laptop, DWS's laptop, all the Blackberries, the silver gun. Why? Why did this happen? The DNC's leaked emails unleashed a lot of things. Seems like a lot of the businesses that are connected to the Clintons are actually storefronts with a lot more mischievous things behind the scenes. Seth being the email leaker and being able to testify against the DNC in court is enough to have him killed, but I also wonder if he had a lot more information that they didn't want out. Or was it a botched robbery? And remember, these people are evil, so if they're going to kill someone, they're going to use it to their advantage in any way they can. Okay, so here are my cards. A man with a silver gun shot Seth Rich with a silver gun, and it was a botched robbery.
I'm a man with a silver gun, got no big deal, just having fun.
I'm just kidding. Because we don't really know exactly what happened yet, I'm going to give my theory like a synopsis of a movie based on this, with a lot of creative liberties to make it a little bit more interesting. Here we go. Seth Rich grows up in Omaha. He sees people and children around him being abducted by the pedophile and organ harvesting ring. He knows who's behind it. He grows up wanting to shut it down and change the world. He's been planning this his entire life. He goes to school and graduates. He becomes a member of the DNC to shut down corruption from the inside. He hates Hillary Clinton. He starts leaking their emails. These people sit around the lunatics round table and decide to make an example of the leaker. By this point, Seth Rich has already been leaking emails for quite some time, using some sort of rootkit and sending it to Kim.com. His codename is Panda. It's a cryptic front because he's trying to uncover the biggest secret of all, the Clintons' ties to China, and how China owns the DNC and the media. Not really, but maybe. Anyway, his co-worker Andrew doesn't want to be mixed in this and tells the DNC it was Seth Rich. Then he moves away. Later, bro. These guys talk about it for like a month trying to figure out what he knows, and then they decide he has to die. They hire Alpha, who has been working with DWS already. With the help of some crooked police, they cover up the murder. The FBI give guns to Alpha and his other henchmen. The cops smash their own car window and report these guns missing. The weapons are untraceable. Genius. Seth Rich doesn't die right away. They need to keep him alive. They take him to the weird abandoned hospital where Dr. Sava works. They harvest his organs and then sell them to the highest bidder. They frame the death on a botched robbery, and Hillary Clinton uses his murder in her campaign speech to further her narrative against gun violence. Kim.com finds out word that Seth Rich is dead and sends all the emails to Assange. Brad Bowman becomes Seth Rich's family's handler and threatens them with exposing their secrets, which I'm not sure of yet, but I'm sure they're good. There you go. It might sound crazy, but that's it. This is how I would write the movie if it were up to me. And Seth Rich would obviously be played by Ryan Gosling, of course, and Hillary Clinton would be played by Neil Patrick Harris in drag. Anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching.